All right, we are well and truly into the fantasy playoffs. Congratulations if you made it. If you didn't, thanks for being here. Thanks for just watching the video. Why don't you comment down below, guys? Let me know if there was any sort of crazy scenario in which you made the fantasy playoffs. If you didn't expect someone to hit on your roster, or you picked up someone off the waiver wire and played them and you got into the playoffs, let me know in the comments below. Like the video as well. Subscribe if you like the content. All right, here we go. We're talking about the tight end position. I'm gonna give you my starts and sits for week 15. I'm gonna try and give you guys on the edge, but let's be honest, every tight end is on the edge except for really Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews if he gets back to his form. So every tight end is on the edge every week. I'm gonna do my best to look at good matchups and to give you options. I cannot promise what will happen, okay? My first start of the week is Greg Dulcich, okay? Back-to-back weeks in week 13 and 14 where he saw at least 8 targets. We don't know the status of Russell Wilson. Let's hope that he's going to be okay and play in this game. He looked fine on the sideline after taking a really rough hit. But regardless of if he plays or not, Dulcich is someone I'm willing to start, and it's mostly because of the matchup. The matchup is the Arizona Cardinals, who give up the most points to fantasy tight ends. For whatever reason, most weeks of the season, they are giving up big-time points to that tight end position. So I'm happy to start Greg Dulcich. No Courtland Sutton, I don't believe. And when you have a rookie like Dulcich, who's very talented, you start to see the rookie the uptick in opportunities towards the end of the season, especially if they're proving that they're talented like Dulcich has. So don't be surprised if Dulcich sees more and more opportunities as we get into the fantasy playoffs. All right, my second start of the week is Gerald Everett versus the Titans. Do you remember what Evan Ingram did last week to this Titans defense? Evan Ingram and Gerald Everett, I would say, are very similar as talents in very similar skill sets. Last week, Evan Ingram had a career day, 11 catches on 15 targets for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. Won me a week in my home league. And now Gerald Everett gets to play that same exact defense. The defense who gives up the 5th most points to the position. Everett, this week, we were concerned, what will his usage look like with Mike Williams, Keenan, Palmer, Eckler, everyone healthy? He still saw 8 targets, so he should be a safe option moving forward, or at least everything points to that being the case. All right, how about a kind of desperation start, okay? You don't know what to do at the position. How about Tyler Conklin versus the Lions? The Detroit Lions give up the 6th most points to the fantasy tight end position. Last week out, Conklin had 8 targets. The week before that, he had 7 targets. I don't know if Mike White will play. If he does, then we've seen success with Mike White and Tyler Conklin. But if he doesn't, we've also seen success with Tyler Conklin and Joe Flacco. First 3 weeks of the season, it was Flacco, and Tyler Conklin was a top 12 wide receiver. The matchup is good. Conklin has been good as a spot start, so I think it's a decent matchup to start him in what should be a high-scoring game for the Jets if everything goes right. All right, my last start of the week at the tight end position is George Kittle at the Seahawks. The Seahawks currently give up the 2nd most points to the tight end position, so this is a very good matchup. And Kittle, he's been up and down, man. He really has. I mean, if you look at the season, keep in mind he missed the first 2 games, but if you look at the season, there's really only 4 games that you would be super happy with starting George Kittle. But we know the talent. He somehow tight end 7 on the season on a good offense that just lost Deebo Samuel and has a quarterback that looks competent. So Purdy looks competent enough. I would be comfortable to start George Kittle. All right, my 2 sits of the week. Daniel Bellinger at the Commanders. The Washington Commanders give up the fewest points to the position, and Jamin Davis and that linebacker core have been making real strides this year. And Jamin Davis is going way under the radar, but Bellinger, he is necessary to this offense, playing a ton of snaps, getting a good amount of targets for the tight end position, but this isn't the matchup to chase. And the same thing can be said about Noah Fant, who plays the 49ers. The 49ers give up the 4th fewest points to the tight end position. Noah Fant, again, one of those players where only 3 games this year you can point to where you would be happy to have started him. So yeah, only 1 target last week, just not something that you can rely on or chase with your fantasy season on the line. So I'm going to go ahead and sit him. You guys let me know what you're doing. Let me know how you're going and if you feel confident this week. And we'll see you in the next video.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLand fam.